Okay, so state your name and age.
Betty Louise Broussard, 82.
Richard Leon Broussard, 84.
Okay, so tell me about yourself.
Well, I am an only child who was born and raised in Baltimore, and I lived there my entire life until after I was married. I graduated from college, and I was an elementary school teacher for about 7 years in Baltimore. Then after we were married, we did have 3 children. We moved to Houston, Texas at one point with my husband. He changed positions. We were in Houston for 6 years? About 6 years, huh?
About 6 years.
About 6 years. Then we moved to Atlanta for 3 years. And then we moved to Plano, Texas. And we've been here ever since, about 40 years now. And while I was in Plano, Texas, I thought about going back to public school, but with 3 children and my mom here and my husband traveling, I applied for and was hired as a preschool teacher for 4-year-olds, and I stayed there for 20 or 21 years and loved it. And now we are retired, and we have this wonderful family of 3 children, and they all have wonderful spouses, and we have, 6 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren and 3 dogs. Excuse me, 4 dogs. We have a variety of dogs. At the moment, it's 4 dogs. Thank you, but we are very happy.
I'm a Cajun, born in southwest Louisiana. Stayed there until I went into the service, the Coast Guard, where I was transferred to boot camp and then to Baltimore, Maryland. When I got out of service 3 years later, I met my wife, and we were married, and she has more or less told you the story since then.
Okay, can you tell us some facts that public schools do not teach us? Some life lessons that schools can't teach us.
Financially, live within your income.
That's very good. That's very good. Live within your income. That's very good.
Okay, what is a life tool that we can use throughout our adolescence?
Could you repeat that, please?
A life tool that we could use throughout our adolescence.
Pick and select your friends carefully, I think, and be truthful with everybody.
One of the most important things you can do is choosing a mate and sticking with it.
Well, yes,
Okay.
uh-huh.
Okay. What is a major thing that teenagers need to do for preparation for adult life? What's a big thing that we can start now?
Be very responsible. Learn to be independent, and learn that each person is not always first in every situation. Other people sometimes are first.
And be true to yourself.
Right.
Okay. What should teenagers smile about?
They should smile about being alive and healthy and living in an area with wonderful parents and family and going to excellent schools and trying to learn as much as they can.
Amen.
Okay, last one. Do you have any cute tips about cooking and or road trips?
Cooking or road trips?
Or tips in general about life, but more specified groups of things.
You want to start on the cooking since you've just become a cook in the
I would
last few
say
years?
always try to appear neat,
What?
clean and neat.
I didn't hear that. Could you repeat it?
Always try to be clean and neat.
Oh, okay. With cooking, hey, anybody can learn to cook if they try. Along with cooking, I think you have to keep a budget in mind because a budget is part of your life for the rest of your childhood, teen years, college years, and adult life. Stay and live within your budget, including cooking.